Hi guys, what's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? I said I was gonna come back to you guys with a more in-depth conversation. Guys, this is still being talked about on the news. So, guys, we need to go ahead and talk about this a little bit more. And I want you guys' opinion. I want you guys' opinion to to the opinion I want is everybody has the right to their own opinion. What do you think is the cause of Tim setting his own nephew up? I've been doing a lot of research. I have been doing a lot of research into this, and I hope you guys, um, I hope you guys will come on um, and let's have a conversation about it. Um, I know for a fact that there was an accomplice. It is an accomplice that was with Terica, the person that um, was with that conspired with Tim. There is a co-conspirator um, with Terica that actually pulled the trigger. So let's hope and pray that uh, she confessed, because I know I was looking on when I was looking on Facebook, I came upon some information. I think that I was looking in some comments, and they were saying that she was their cousin, and that she didn't have anything to do with it. So obviously, she's doing some lying somewhere. Hey Tracy, good morning, good evening, everybody. Let's have a conversation. Um, the link is in the chat. If you want to come up here and state your opinion and state how you feel about this situation, then there is the link. You can always come on and say how you feel. I've been researching Tim and trying to figure out, like, why would you do this to your own nephew? And Jennifer, his ex, um, Jennifer Williams, his ex girlfriend, she has spoken out. Um, she has spoken out recently, and they were saying that she said karma will get you one way or another. The truth always reveals itself, and she said that she was just praying for the family uh, because of everything that is going on. So let's continue to keep Miss Robbie and Miss Robbie's family in prayer, especially Miss Robbie, because I know that she's actually dealing with a lot. I know that it is an article that has came out alleged. Now, this is all alleged. We don't know for sure that Tim did it or not, but this is all allegedly. So um let's make sure that that it's all been alleged that he did this. But it is an article came out that a close friend of Miss Robbie stated that Miss Robbie is on her way to Mississippi, I guess to see Tim, um or to get Tim out of this mess, or see what's to make some type of sense of this mess. um but she is on her way to Mississippi. I do know that. And they saying that this is very shocking to the family and to close friends, because Tim has always been involved in mentoring young boys. Because previously in his life, the penitent he has been to jail, and he was able to change his life. He was able to change his life, but it seems like he still wasn't all the way changed, because he set up a whole plot to get his nephew killed, allegedly. I hate to continue to say alleged, but just know that this all is alleged. And I did um I did come across some more information. I know that for sure that he do cut a lot of corners when it comes to opening up these restaurants. A lot of these he's been on A lot of these restaurants, these the building managers or people that he's renting these buildings from, he has been owing them a lot of money. So he has been cutting a lot of corners to get these to franchise these restaurants. And like I said, he's been playing real low down and dirty. And I know Jennifer, and like I said, he dated Phaedra Parks. But they were just dating. They really wasn't intimate and they really wasn't public. I know that for sure. But Phaedra Parks was dating Tim Norman. If you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. He was dating Phaedra Parks. Um, she never did have any. Hey, Just Nene, how you doing? How you doing, Just Nene? Um, I'm just still just yeah. He was dating Phaedra Parks, but it really wasn't discussed because Phaedra never did confirm it and he never did confirm it. But it was all over the news, even though people try to make it like it was a lie. But he did date Phaedra after him and Jennifer broke up. So um this this is still truly to me is a shocker, guys. I have dropped the link if you want to come on here and state your opinion about this case, about what is going on. Not the case because we don't know for sure if Tim did it or not. This is all alleged. He is innocent, I guess. He is innocent until proven guilty, just the same as Terica and the co-conspirator. They do have um her mug shot out. They do have her mug shot out. Um, and if you, I know, Nene, it was shocking too. It's still a shocker to me because if you would never think your family would do you like that, but let me tell you something about greed, envy, and jealousy. It will make people do stuff they normally wouldn't do because of greed, because of jealousy, and because they Tracy, I believe you've been in shock all day. so um yeah, this is still a shocker, and I know Miss Robbie is still shocked about this, but you know, whatever, like I always say, what's done to in the dark will always come to the light. So don't do something that could potentially put you in jail. And he's been there before. But um I I stumbled across some stuff. I believe Tim was, hey, Everyday Life with the Kelly Girls. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you guys so much for you guys' support. We're still discussing this Tim Norman and his alleged, I'm gonna say alleged, uh, plot to kill his on the death of his nephew. And I was watching the replay back of when they did the reunion. I watched it today, and um, I can truly say that uh, Tim was very emotionalist on that interview because everybody in the family broke down in tears talking about Andre, but Tim he just made it like St. Louis was bad, and you know that's why we didn't really want him to go back and things like that. And I'm like, well, you have this. He had this nonchalant attitude. If you go back and watch that video, it's on here on YouTube. She has a nonchalant attitude, very nonchalant, and he act like he was emotionless. And I bet you was thinking in there, hey, I wish I would. Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird, Nene. It was very weird. Like you was just so nonchalant. Like everybody was crying in the room. Even like I had to shed a few little tears because um I shedded a few little tears just sitting there watching them like live that back. You know, think about reliving your grandson passing away in the same area that your son passed away at. And then, you know, that's just a loss. That's two losses. And really, she really has lost Tim because Tim is not getting out. So that's this is very, very sad. And we just we just got to see how this plays out. I wonder is Terica really, I hope, you know, for $9,000, like you really set someone up for $9,000. Really? For $9,000. You know, usually for a murder for hire, I thought it would be more than that, like 20, 30, 40, $50,000, but $9,000 for somebody's life, like that ain't much. You know what I'm saying? But guys, let me see here. I know that, but you know, Tim has he has always had a. I feel like he always had a little violent streak in him. Cause y'all know that one time, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but he had been in jail for aggravated assault, not aggravated assault, but just simple assault or assault. Um, One of his managers, let's see, I just got this article. I just, you know what I'm saying? When you research, you find when you research, who was Tanya? You said he was in for manslaughter. Really? He was in prison for manslaughter. I thought it was aggravated. Um, no, armed robbery. It says armed robbery because he said now this is this is what they're putting in the news articles now. Um, this was in the news article said that he was in there for armed robbery, and um, hold on, let me make sure. Okay, so hold on, guys, I'm still looking here. So this lady named Terica Ellis, um, Ellis criminal background. So I found it may have because you know why it may have been attempted because he probably robbed someone at gunpoint and may have shot them, but then take their life. Now I may be wrong, but I will look it up and get some more information out about that. Um, I want to. I know that you know some people don't care about people's privacy, but I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'm not messy, and this is not no big messy little site that I'm no commentary that I'm doing. We just having a conversation, guys. And if you want to come on here and say whatever you want to say about this, then here is the link. Um, we're just having a conversation, guys. Yeah, that's but you know that's probably what they're using Nene to keep him in jail because I don't think they have a bond. Um, but when I was looking to Terica, they said that Terica she has a background herself. She has misdemeanor convictions from 2006 and 2007. One for misdemeanor drug offense and the other one for indecent exposure. Um, like we know, she was an exotic dancer. Um, she was working. They said she was working at the. I understand, Tanya Mitchell, that bond won't come easy. Yep. Um. Let me see here. They say as well that um She was charged with indecent exposure from pure passion. And the reason why she was charged for nudity because Pure Passion was licensed as a topless only entertainment venue. Um, they said that she was present while he was shot, and that she has a co-conspirator, and they headed back to Memphis. It goes in. They've been investigating this for a while, guys. They have really been investigating this as this doc. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this document so y'all can see it. Uh, just allow me a moment. Okay, so can y'all see it? Um, yes, Tracy, it is sad, but it says that federal prosecutors have been got real strong evidence, and prosecutors have asked that the bail be denied, saying that Ellis is a flight risk. So they're gonna try to get her bond denied. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Hold on just a second. Yeah, y'all can't see that. Let me just take myself off the screen. Can y'all see it now? Uh, let's see. Let me stop that. Excuse me, guys. So it won't show clearly, guys. I'm sorry about that, but as I was stating, federal prosecutors got concrete evidence. They don't want her to have bond, and they think she is a flight risk. They as we know, they was using prepaid cell phones to communicate. Um, and she deposited $9,000 in multiple bank accounts. But that's crazy though. 9,000. I think Tim probably paid her a lot more than that. You could see it clear, Nene. Well, I'm sorry, I just took it off. But that's a little bit about Terica, and I hate that she did that because she got children. You're gonna leave your children to conspire to kill someone for $9,000. Now, if you guys, if y'all have something to say, thank you. Um, y'all excuse the little background noise, my children. Um, yeah, I had looked that up and I found that out about her. She does it is a person that probably pulled the trigger and she was just with it. So we're gonna learn more about that. I guess as the days goes on. Just know that uh, um, that I'm sorry, I went blank. That she was it's more than Tim and her in the plot. I told y'all that yesterday. I told y'all it was more. That's why I said, ain't no telling how much Tim was paying people off. That's why he was franchising so much. Cause from the beginning, he always have been, yeah, more or is involved. It has been more and more of this. The plot is gonna come out, and I'm going to discuss it. I don't care if we're gonna discuss this because I feel as though um this needs to be talked about. Like Miss Robbie, she's an older lady. She shouldn't be going through all this. She should not be going through all this, and it's all because of envy, jealousy, and the greed of money. And that's my opinion, and that's all alleged, but that's my opinion. And if you feel like if someone feels different about that, I respect your opinion, but this is this is how I feel. I feel like he was jealous of Andre. He was jealous of the attention Andre was getting. Think about um, when you look back at that reunion and how Miss Robbie was crying, like she cried at the drop of a dime. As soon as um, as soon as Kim mentioned his name, Kim Whitley was the she was the host, and so soon as Kim mentioned Andre's name, she just cried. Right. And see, I have look, let me tell you something. I've been researching today, baby. If y'all the ones I'm gonna watch y'all videos back, but y'all I've been doing a lot of research, so I'm sorry. But as I was saying, um, I have been researching on death certificate on what you need, documents you need to get the life insurance policy on someone to receive the life insurance money. You definitely gonna need a death certificate. You're definitely gonna need a death certificate. And some people say you have to the person has to sign off that yes he did. Yes he did. Um he definitely going, let me make sure I'm not, because I don't like to give the wrong information. Hold on just a minute. But I know you have to have a death insurance. I mean, you have to have a death certificate. That's something probably Tim and Tim couldn't produce. Number one was that death certificate. Um, so um, so it says, how do you collect? Yeah, they say you have to file a death claim with the insurance company by submitting a copy of the death certificate. Do we know that Tim had a copy of that death certificate? Why would he need a copy of the death certificate? Wouldn't that be for the mother to have? He wouldn't need it. And see, that's probably one thing that he could not provide. Yeah, he could have gotten a copy, Nene. He could have gotten a copy. What? Don't do that. Um, but this is just my opinion, guys. Hey, it's more people out here that's putting out more in-depth stuff. But you know, thank y'all for coming. We just having a conversation. Now I know that I was looking into their relationship. Anyone can get a copy. I thought it's just only one copy of the. Where would you get the copy from? Would you get the copy from the funeral home, or can you send off a copy for a death certificate through Vital Records? Because I know that's where you get your birth certificate from. Um, and so I was looking more into depth of um. I remember when Miss Robbie house got broken into one Don Diva. Here go Nene right here, guys. Welcome Nene in, guys. Hey Nene.
Hey y'all, he can get a copy of the death certificate without a problem because I have a copy of my grandmother's death certificate. I have a copy of my
Uh-huh.
aunt's death certificate. This is the key that everybody's missing. Even though that could have been his brother's child,
Mm-hmm.
he still had to link his relationship maybe to him. So
Yeah.
maybe his brother's name wasn't on his birth certificate, but they knew that Dre was his brother's son because I
Right.
run across it every day, and he couldn't
Mm-hmm.
produce that.
Wow. Thank you for dropping that.
See, that's the key. If you can have a death certificate, because I've had
Right.
where I work at, people send me death certificates trying to explain, establish relationship, and I'm like, I still gotta have that birth certificate because it can list your parents, who your parents were. It.
Right.
But if you can't get that link how you was related to Dre, because your brother's name might not have been on that birth certificate, Cause you know how sometimes we do. We get mad at
Yeah.
the baby daddy and don't put the name on there. But I put the name on mine because I'm like, no, I ain't
Yeah.
killing you.
Look, same for me.
You
Same
got
for me.
to. That's some people got to realize. Don't be mad at that baby daddy. Don't put his name on there because you're hurting the child in the wrong run. I see it
Right.
every day. But that could
Right.
be what it was. But they say he went back several times trying
That's
to get
sad.
that insurance money, and they wouldn't pay it out. Now the key, another thing people got to realize. Okay, who will they maybe pay that insurance out to? It maybe will they end up eventually paying it out to his mom
Hmm.
because Tim was the only one on there. So that policy is just sitting there.
Right.
And did the insurance people say something's not right? And did they call and say, hey, we got a little something suspicious going on here?
Right.
But he
And I
got
think that's
caught.
why they didn't pay it out because they
Mm-hmm,
felt that he was doing something shady
mm-hmm.
because he probably couldn't establish, like where he was working at, all those things that birth certificate and all those things they were asking for. You right, Nene.
Because that's the only reason it was something, and I don't, and because people don't realize death certificates and birth certificates are public records. So if you go and look
That's
and
my
say,
son. I'm sorry. Go
so
ahead.
if you go and look at Dre's birth certificate,
Hmm.
it may not have his dad listed on it, and that's a key right there. Even though they know that was Dre, that was Miss Robbie's grandson. He might not have signed the birth certificate. He might not have been put on the birth certificate. And then
Right.
that's one piece that's missing that can stop him from establishing how he was related. So I can give you, you got a death, I got the death certificate,
But let
but
me say, you said, wouldn't the mother? I feel like this. Only way that anybody could collect on that insurance that Tim was beneficiary, wouldn't the mother be the only one because she's actually his mother?
she would, and Miss Robbie could. But then
Right.
again, Miss Robbie may have had may it. They may not give it to Miss Robbie because guess what? If her son did not put his name on that baby's birth certificate,
They're
you
just
can't
money
collect.
sitting there.
Yes.
Wow.
So it gets what he got. How he got caught was with the burner phones.
Mm-hmm.
He broke
Cell phone tower.
he broke a telecommunication law,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how the FBI got him. But they had said that it was more than him and her involved. It was also a shooter involved, and
Right. It was a
hitman
co-conspirator.
got tired. I think that
Mm-hmm.
hitman got tired of waiting on his money because you got to COVID hit, restaurants closed. Miss Robbie cut him off as far as dealing with her business.
Right.
So he didn't have that money coming in like he usually do.
Because let me tell you something. The sweetie pies in Jackson is just not, it don't have just sweetie pies. It has sweetie pie something else. I
Uh-huh.
promise you it does. They don't, it's sweetie pies, but it's not connected to Miss Robbie at all.
Yeah. He could not use when I've been looking on when I went to the office today to pass
Mm-hmm.
the time away till I can get out of that building. I was looking at some on OWN. They have various clips
Mm-hmm. I'll
on
be looking
OWN.
too. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And like I said, what really said it for me was that reunion one, the reunion clip. Because his demeanor, like, dang, I couldn't even get that insurance policy. That's how he looked to me. Now I may be wrong. Nene, you done frozen up for some reason. You still there, Nene? Let me see. She done frozen up. Come back, Nene. Let me add her back. For some reason, she is. Jayla, put that down. Come back, Nene, so we can finish the conversation. If you can come back, but if anybody else want to come on and give their opinion, you can. Let's see. Out the mud TV. Okay, Nene, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, we're ready now.
Okay. So it's this people don't realize because I was on D's official D's live
Uh,
after yours last night. People don't realize the government, and like the McRae King said this morning, the government can track you without
yeah.
you even knowing you being tracked. There's
Mm-hmm.
a smart ID card, or I have a smart ID card that has a
You too.
chip. You know that chip where you slide it in for your debit card, credit card. I have that for my job at work. It holds all my credentials as far as when me being a government employee. So when I slide it into my computer, it will tell you
Mm-hmm.
everything, what my security clearance is and everything. If
Right.
you ever look at the movie Enemy of the State with Will Smith, and
Mm-hmm.
old boy was pulling the dollar bill and showing him how he was being tracked,
Mm-hmm.
that can happen. So people don't realize if you put a lot of your information out there, the government gathers it. And I don't know what they do with it, but they gather it. So there's no way for you to get away with any type of, people think, oh, I can get away with this. You can't if you got a pet. If you got a long hair cat, the forensics gonna tell you it was a Himalayan cat, this age,
Mm-hmm.
and you got that cat. And you might not know you had that cat hair on you, but they gonna find it.
Yep.
So he knew something was gonna catch him. He knew he was running out of time because those people, whoever he was involved, and
Uh,
this is my opinion, whoever he was involved with,
this is. I know
whoever,
this is allegedly.
yeah,
Alleged.
whoever was involved with killing Dre or whatever, he
Uh,
didn't just do it by himself, and she didn't just do it with him. This got some people that's you gonna find out probably in a couple of weeks. There's gonna be several arrests. They just got the two that thought of it, the brains, and the brains always get more time than the one that actually pulled the trigger. Y'all know that, right?
yeah, I know.
Just like you got
And
some of these.
see, he.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying. See, he really did thought for a minute he was gonna get away. He was gonna
Mm-hmm.
get away. But see, this pandemic, like you said, this pandemic happened, and he couldn't pay that man, the co-conspirator or whoever the hitman was. He couldn't pay them that certain amount. I said that yesterday. I said it got to be. It's one thing about it. It's more to it than just them two people. And he was
Mm-hmm.
paying a lot of people off. And when the money stopped flowing, you ain't able to pay everybody. Look
Mm-mm.
what happened to R. Kelly. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now with the Kales, that whole thing right there, he got
It's
away
some
with that.
liars in there too.
He got
It's some
away with
liars.
it for 30 years. And like they said in that documentary, the actual one was, rest her soul, Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a history. But because people was like, oh, he wouldn't do it, he wouldn't do it, he wouldn't do it. You don't know what somebody would do. Somebody could look
Yep.
you in the face and say, I ain't gonna do something, but they'll turn around and hit you in the back of the head and steal everything from you.
Yes, they will. And that's why I told somebody like T, you can portray like right now, we can portray anything we want to behind a computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, what are you actually like? And what are you
Mm-hmm.
actually doing? What's that heart like? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. And that's why my grandmama always say the eyes is the heart. It shows you the soul. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I just crack up laughing sometimes because y'all know I got big eyes. And I and y'all, this is off the subject, but it'd be killing me when guys be like, "Oh, I just love your eyes." I'd be like, "Do something wrong." I said, "These eyes will cut you. Make me mad. These eyes will get big and cut you."
Exactly.
But a lot of people don't realize that folks will do certain things for money. They'll
Mm-hmm.
kill, they'll steal, they'll lie, they'll cheat, uh, they'll do things to fellow man for money. And if Tim was expecting to, because if you paid attention, and I noticed this today, and I felt so funny when I seen it in this one clip. He kept saying, "Well, I want to open this up. I want to open this up. I want to open this
Mm-hmm.
up." He was always in a rush to open stuff. So
Yep.
who knows, Miss Robbie, when she sued him, it's no telling what her book showed. Cause y'all know Miss Robbie had that older guy that was helped her manage her business. He
Mr. Bond, Mr. Somebody. I forgot
Yeah,
his
and
name.
he always was on top of everything. And he would be like, "Did you get this approved through Robbie?" But Tim had found a back door to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't do the back door now, and y'all, I'm gonna leave this alone. But y'all know at my job, they had jokes about his hips.
Uh-huh.
About his hips, I was like, I told him, I said, I can't with y'all today. They was like, they said it when they pan down and showed his hips. Every woman said he had bigger hips than them, y'all. Y'all forgive me for this, but he got some hips.
Yeah, he do. He do have some hips.
Ooh,
Some childbearing hips, baby.
yeah, childbearing hips. Because I was like, ooh, but I pray for Miss Robbie, because y'all gotta look at it. That lady just turned 80 years old.
Yes.
She don't have her two sons nor a grandson. Think about that now. One son she can't ever hold again. Her oldest grandson she can't ever hold again. And the son that did this, or allegedly, she may not want to hold him, but she don't lose him. Like,
But
yes,
you know
I
what?
was
But
thinking the same thing.
you know what though, Miss Robbins, she's so strong. Like she probably knew what kind of individual Tim was. We just didn't know.
She did know, especially when she decided to sue him, because don't no parent
Hmm.
want to sue their child. But
Yes,
she
one
had to.
Don Diva. She is in Mississippi. She's on her way. Go ahead, Nene. I'm sorry.
And then I'm looking at what Seven Rosa said. Is it scary? He probably had life insurance policy taken out
Yep.
on Miss Robbie. He probably did. And
Yep.
allegedly, I think he was the one that set up and had Miss Robbie robbed.
Yep. So all that lady jewelry and all that. Someone up in the chat said that there was. That's another reason why he probably was Robbie house, broke in Miss Robbie house for the death certificates. Never know.
He could have, because Miss Robbie probably had. You know how when they ask you, the funeral home, anybody has lost a loved one, they'll ask you how many death certificates you may need. And people, I think my mom, for my grandmother, she got maybe 10, even though she didn't need 10, but she got 10. And they'll, hers are locked up or whatever, but it's put with everybody else's birth certificate and stuff, because you never know what you may need. That as a matter of fact, when my grandmother passed, and then her husband at the time passed 5 years later, my mother didn't think about this, but there was something on the news where you could go and see if a loved one had money that was
Hmm.
checked, and they couldn't locate them,
Hmm.
and so the state held the money. So what my mother had to do is she put a claim in. She had to produce a copy of my grandmother's death certificate along
Right.
with a copy of her birth certificate to show how she was related and she was entitled to that money.
Right.
And once they got all of that, they sent her the money, whatever money that the state had held that did not go to my grandmother because they couldn't locate her because she was deceased.
Right. I'm gonna tell you an incident that happened to me. Like when my dad passed, like I had to sue my stepmom for the rights to be a part, to get my dad's estate.
Hmm.
And my lawyer, he had to establish paternity. Even I was 30 years
Hmm.
old at the time. I had to establish paternity that I was my dad, only child. Ain't
Hmm.
that something?
But that's what you have to do, because I tell you, every day in my line of work, and y'all work for them special people, don't y'all bash me. But the first thing I have to look for before I can decide to give somebody a credit on their refund is how are they related. And if they don't meet certain relationship, I can't go by fiance. I can't. These my fiance kids. I can't go by that. It has to be black and white, set in stone. If I
Hmm.
can't establish a relationship, I have to tell them you don't qualify.
Right.
And some people be sending in doctor birth certificates, or they'll send a birth certificate you can't read. People, you be surprised what people will do to get money.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
He back there having fun.
Yeah, but you know what? This is very heavy. The other light. The other light. Thank you. Thank you. This is very heavy, Nene. Thank you for putting that on the mic. They want to get on my nerves, so whatever. Um, but this is very heavy. And you just dropped it down. Yes, that's what it was. He couldn't establish what relationship he was to Andre. That's why he couldn't.
That's why he couldn't get
That's
that
what it
money.
was.
Because they
Right.
said he tried several attempts. And I'm sitting up here like, okay,
He probably was doctoring up all types of documents, son.
the only reason why he might not could have got it is because if I have a death certificate and if I have my birth certificate and if I have my brother's birth certificate, but wait a minute, was my brother's name on Dre's birth certificate?
Okay, baby,
Even though
Charlene.
even though I know that was my brother's son, did my brother legitimately did was Dre actually did he put his name on that birth certificate?
Only person know that is the mother,
And yep,
and Miss Robbie.
and Miss Robbie and the county clerk.
She's
Because
a
it's
account.
no, the county clerk. Whatever
Oh,
county he was born in or whatever, it's
yeah.
public record. You can look at you can get a copy of the birth certificate. Marriage license, death certificates, you can get a copy.
Hmm.
Your it's public record where you can look it up. The only way is unless it's an adoption and they seal it.
Okay. Wow. Like, yeah, I've been in shock for 2 days. I ain't gonna lie. I've been in shock. I've been in shock for 2 days about this because it just I never would have thought Tim would stoop so low. I really would.
But you gotta look at how Tim moved.
He
How
always
he
moved shady. We know he always
yeah.
moved shady. So
And if you notice, there was one clip where they showed on where where not him but Dre and Charles was goofing off. Remember when they would call themselves delivering food?
mhm.
And people don't realize Charles had a lot of influence on him too. But then I'm sitting up here looking at Tim like, okay, did you take a policy out on Charles? Did you take a policy out on the whole family and just was gonna
um,
have all these accidents happen where it looked like everybody was getting killed tragically? What was you thinking? What was you
mm,
thinking? Because that is so close to home. I wonder
it
did she
is. You Tanya Mitchell, you heard what? You heard he took out life insurance out on everybody?
Oh wow.
Now that's just greedy. And that's just pitiful.
But he was
Because
he had to be testing the waters for Miss Robbie though. I hope he wasn't. I hope he wasn't.
so that says Charles supposedly had a policy. But see, his excuse was, well, I was just trying to make sure, they get properly buried or whatever, but they all had money now. I have researched his net worth now. His net worth is like 500,000, and Miss Robbie is worth about 12 million. Now, I don't know how true that is, but he wasn't, he's not making that much amount of money as Miss Robbie. See, everybody watched Sweetie Pies for Miss Robbie. That really wasn't watching it for Tim.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. They being babies, and it's before they get ready to bed, get ready for school.
Tanya Mitchell, what else? I haven't heard about. They all had a policy. I never. I just know that, I just knew about the Andre situation, but ain't no telling what all shady. Like I said, he was shady doing the business. Cause I didn't know that. Like when I researched more about the lawsuit, Miss Robbie sued Tim for $100 million.
Mm-hmm. He talked about
So
it on the show.
right, he was so mad at his mom. But look how you
Mm-hmm.
did your mom. Like you try to take um you tried to take everything your mom built and tear it down. I had found an article where he said that she was being manipulated by outsiders. So I'm like, she wasn't being manipulated by outsiders. She was being manipulated by you for being greedy. And you was trying to get over. And he was trying to franchise. I know for sure ever since I watched Sweetie Pie.
Mm-hmm.
Tim has always been about let me open up another business.
Mm-hmm.
Let me, because once they finally got Upper Crust running and was running good, because that was gonna be Miss Robbie baby. Okay, when they went to Houston, Texas, that one didn't even that one even didn't last long, and the one in California didn't either.
Mm. And
Do you
she,
know, girl? All
you
the
know,
all the money rent TMO to these
he
people.
he owed 100,000. I think was it in he owed 100,000 in one state and 200,000 in back rent in another state. But you remember when Miss Robbie told him she just wanted to keep it simple. So the next one that she opened up was where she said, I just want them to be able to make a burger, a fried bologna sandwich. She was trying to keep it simple because she knew
Yeah,
she had her main one, her first one she ever opened, and she had the upper crust. She did
right.
not want to. She knew her brand.
Mm-hmm.
She knew I don't want to. She because remember he pushed her into doing a cookbook.
Yeah,
Remember
she
that?
really didn't want to do the cookbook, but she did it.
But she did it anyway. So he
You
every
remember
time
the
he looked up,
lemonade situation when they were making
yep,
lemonade and sweet tea?
yep.
That didn't work out either.
And so she was like, sometimes she would look at him like, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for the longest.
Hmm. But see, he was so greedy. Oh, you're the face of Sweetie Pie, so let me make you do this. Oh, everybody loves Miss Robbie, so let's get a Robbie cookbook. Let's get a Robbie apron. Let's get a Robbie sweet tea. And it was all about because he wanted a piece of that pie so bad. He wanted that piece of that pie.
Mm-hmm. And he looked at if she go, I got all of this. Well, and he probably knew. She probably told him once Dre showed that he's maturing or whatever, I'm gonna start showing him the ropes.
Hmm.
Because if I leave tomorrow, y'all two gonna be the ones to run it. Well, he didn't want that either.
Oh, and that's what she said on that reunion. When they were talking about Andre, she was saying, she wanted him to graduate, so that's what he did. And then
Mm.
she said, I wanted him to come up behind me. So, so that I can you feel what I'm saying? Like so he can have something to look forward to and
Mm-hmm.
progress into. But see,
Mm.
it was taken all back from him. And then to come to find out, uh not only did Andre get shot that night, the person that was helping him got shot too.
Are you serious?
Yes, I got the article. I got to go back and look at it. But there was another person that was trying to protect Andre. They got shot too by the person. Like Andre was in the studio recording
Uh-huh.
music. That's where he got shot at. It wasn't a house. I found out that it was a studio. I may be wrong.
Well,
If I'm
actually, it's a
not,
house.
fact
It
check.
was a house turned into a studio,
Yes, that's what it was.
and he got a phone. They say he got a phone call
Right.
to tell him to go come somewhere, something, and
Right.
he got shot outside that studio. Because
Hmm.
I don't know, I don't know who called him on the phone or what, but they had him to come outside it. I got to look at that more, but he was like his one of his aunts said he was in the studio doing music.
Right. And Tim knew that what he was. You remember Tim called himself had a little rap career? Child, please.
No, what about the multi when he tried to rent them offices like he was trying to do a media company? I'm sorry.
Tim was just an epic fail, honey. That's
Till
all,
shot. Till shot everything. But
he
this,
shot himself in the foot. Great.
but I'm sitting up here like, but the thing about it, he knew his mom's recipes. He knew how to she function. Why wasn't you just happy running your mama's business? Help your mama run her business. You know, me and my mom had a business and she told me, nah, baby, I don't want to expand. I'm not going to expand. I'm gonna be like, okay, well, we'll just do what you feel comfortable doing, because when people tell, they know what their limits, or what they don't want to be stretching their money out like that, because people don't
Right.
realize in the restaurant industry, a lot of the restaurants you see that open, a lot of them don't be around after a year.
True.
So with COVID-19 right now,
Mm-hmm.
y'all know that the restaurant industry is pretty much
Struggling.
dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Struggling.
stronger. It's the what is survival of the fittest. And some of them will never come back. Some of these restaurants will never open again.
Right.
Y'all,
And
I'll
go
be
ahead,
right
honey.
back. Hold on, I gotta take this. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, honey. Go ahead. Um. So if anybody else want to come on the screen while we waiting on Nene, uh, I can put you on the screen. But yeah, like this is the link, guys. I'm gonna drop it again. If you guys want to just chime in and give your opinion about what is going on with Tim Norman and his alleged, yeah, Seven. He acted like he was grieving. But like I said, even a narcissist, a cheater can fake crying. Come on now. We know a cheater can fake cry. So he's just a narcissist. He's a narcissist. And he just he just he's just sad. Like, to do your family member the way that he did, and Andre got shot in the head. So it was a one shot kill. Honestly. I read that too. It was a one shot kill, and it was over. Like I said, it was someone else that got shot when I was researching. Someone else was there trying to protect him, and they were shooting back, and they got shot as well, because the person that was ever was in the house came out to shoot back, and they shot him. So Andre died on the scene, and the other person got hurt, but they ended up surviving. But see,
Mhm.
nobody was talking about that. So there's
It's a
two
lot of
people on
stuff.
the team.
It's a lot. You got a shooter that don't nobody know who the shooter is.
Hmm.
You got a person that was there with Andre. But
Hmm.
y'all know what this, I'm gonna tell y'all. So this took 4 years. But even what was it, 18 to 20 years, somebody they finally figured out who killed
Jam
what's the
Master Jay.
yes. And I was so happy about that.
Yeah.
So
But
you can get away with murder, you think, but forensics gonna catch you one day.
yes, it will. Forensics will catch you, and that's what people don't understand. Like they think, oh, I'm about these burner phones, and I'm just gonna throw them away as I go along. You see what the burner phones did? Got you caught up. You see what it did when you took out that life insurance policy and tried several times to try to get the money? It caught up with you.
Well,
They were watching you in the bushes,
I
and
don't
they got
understand why you kept the burner phones.
you. Ignorant. Thought he got
Because
away with something.
I don't understand. See, okay now. See, I've been watching too much ID channel, but them burner phones would have been wiped down. They would have been beat up. They would have been pieces
Exactly.
everywhere, and they would have been stayed in that area. Because once they took them burner phones out of that area, imagine all the pings, that towers that they was hitting.
Yeah,
Imagine.
you're
And
right.
what breaks my heart is how you gonna fly in a day before you kill your nephew.
Girl,
And
that
you
just,
probably talk to him. You probably that's the that
you
mind
know
that right
what?
there.
You know what it is? he probably had Andre, man, go to the studio, man. I gotta set you up some studio time, man. And this I got a chick that gonna pull up, you know what I'm saying? Gonna give you a
Mm-hmm.
little union and
Mm-hmm.
man, answer the phone.
Mm-hmm. But how you gonna sit up there and do all of that, knowing that that boy was gonna die the next day if you had a conversation with him? See, that would burn my spirit. That would burn my soul. That would just burn me. I couldn't live with it. He
Yeah.
no, so that's probably why he had that crazy smile on his face.
Every time I think about that smile, it just bothers me.
Because my whole thing is why you smiling? You smiling like you won a lottery. Or are you happy that they finally figured out that you did it and you can get it off your spirit?
Mm-hmm. They don't tell him how long he been. That's why he been keeping up so much hell. That's why I say, you know what I'm saying? Like when he 2, 3 years ago, he was beating up. He had assaulted one of his managers. They had a bad verbal argument,
Mm,
and they said he just got up and he beat that man and punched him in the eye.
mm. And he would have been getting sued.
Well, I know that the guy pressed charges. I read an article that said it that the guy pressed charges, and Jennifer, she didn't see it, but she did. You remember he had went to court about something like this,
Hmm.
and Jennifer, she had to testify about it. See, she didn't see it, but she said that he told her that he did it.
And you know the thing about it with Jennifer,
Go give
we
me a water.
we judged her based off of what she did with Basketball Wives,
Mm-hmm. Jennifer
but
sweet.
Jennifer is a misunderstood person because you
Mm-hmm.
gotta also look at. I believe Jennifer was abused by her husband that was the basketball player. Because when he threw that, remember that time he threw that drink in her face? I
Girl, I
think
would never.
Jennifer.
Girl, he put all his force in it. He said
Yeah,
he put all his force in the child.
yeah. And I said to myself, I said, okay, Jennifer unfortunately has what I call the boy cry wolf syndrome, where she's drama. But what people fail to realize, Jennifer always tells the truth. Even though Evelyn and all them used to drag her,
Uh
Jennifer
huh.
always told the truth. So ain't no telling what Tim did to her, but I know she got a restraining order.
Yes, she did get that restraining order on Basketball Wives LA. Not this season, but the season before that. She really did. I watched it.
So she got one on Tim too. And when it expired, she was like, he was stalking me, acting crazy. And I'm like, that's a weird combination, Jennifer. How you end up with hips?
Just like you think about Phaedra. You know what I'm saying? He was with Phaedra Parks. I would never
I
think he
never
would
knew
be
that
Phaedra.
though.
Yes, he was dating Phaedra, but they never went public, allegedly.
Wow.
That's
Phaedra.
why I see the Southern Belle of
The
Real Housewives
Southern
of.
Belle, Miss Attorney.
Okay, I'm like, Tim ain't on your level.
Not compared to what she
I
dating
take it,
now
Grace.
and what she was married to. Tim got some secrets we don't know about.
Okay, you might,
I'll
baby.
be good.
What? Never mind. My
I'll
children
be
sit
good.
right here. If
I
y'all
don't
want to
be
come on here
good.
on the screen with me and then and give y'all opinion, come on, come on. But um, you never know what you know. What I'm saying it when I looked at the picture with him and Jennifer, I was like, this don't look right because his neck and head were bigger, smaller than his body. Looked
See,
like
that's what throws me off.
huh?
He got a small head but a
Yeah,
big
I'm
body. It's
like,
like he got a mini head on his big body. Let me
he a
stop.
ninja turtle. That's what he is.
Oh, I can't breathe down that one. Oh,
I'm just being ignorant. But
because folks was, I'm telling you, my coworkers had me dying laughing. It did. That was like, it don't help what you just said. I said he got them baby making hips. That was like, no.
yes, he does have a child that is maybe 1.5 now. But
Yeah.
this relationship that he was in now is very private. It's not public. But I
Mm,
did ended up one day being nosy because him and Janae was into it, and I found his girlfriend page, but I can't find it now. But I did find his girlfriend page. It's not the Janae, typical woman that you would think he'll go for though. It's someone a little bit different.
Okay. So it ain't
So,
a Janae or a Jennifer.
mm-mm. Not a
Wow.
celebrity kind. It's not a celebrity. Not a
Wow.
celebrity. I'm that I know of. Allegedly, you know, got to put the allegedly in there because I don't want
Yeah.
my stuff to be knocked down.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was talking to my mom about it. My mom, she said, "No, not Miss Robbie, the one." I said, "Yeah."
Yep,
She said, "What in the world?" She said, "The
Jamel.
world coming to an end." Hey, Jamel. She's like, "The world coming to an end." She said, "We got fires. You got folks killing family members." She said, "I can't." I was like, "Mom, stop."
Hey,
But
that's true. Like everybody is truly shocked. Like all the videos that I have seen today on here,
mm-hmm.
everybody is completely shocked that Tim would do something like that. But
Because he doesn't. But if
it
we
ain't
didn't
all
know
about a
Tim,
look. We have to
if we
get
didn't
past the
know,
look.
if we didn't know Tim did 10 years in prison with his face, he looked like he just a big gentle giant. But he a big
Yeah.
he's not what he seems to be, and that's why when I was on Official D's live, I said people need to realize that just like us as YouTubers,
Hmm.
you may see us for I want to say from 10 minutes to maybe a couple of hours if you're doing a live. I'm only gonna let you see what I want you to see. Now,
Exactly.
half the time I haven't started doing lives yet, but most of my videos I really am being me. And folks be like, I really am being me. I have did vlogs where I'm having a bad day, where I had a cold. I've done vlogs where everything was perfect. I've done vlogs where I have cried because I lost my dog. But I'm only letting you see a few minutes out of my 24/7. And my 24/7 can be chaos. It could be chaos or it could be peace. One day can be
Right.
chaos and the next day is heaven. But
Hmm.
everything I can't share with y'all.
Right.
Certain
That's why I
things you
said some
can.
stuff you do have to keep private. Like, and it's okay to keep some stuff private.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something. And I know, what me and Nene may not be. This might not be about to talk about near Tim Norman, whatever. But some stuff has to be private because you want to be at peace in certain areas in your life. Especially,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in a relationship, like I want if to be private. I don't want to be whatever goes on in my relationship or whatever. I want that to be
Right.
private. I
Right.
don't. I don't need. I don't need everybody on YouTube to know.
To know who you're dating and where
Right.
y'all going and everything.
Exactly.
If whoever it is I'm seeing, if they say, "Baby, I'm good with going on a vlog," because I'll be the type, I know how to blur you out now and change your voice. You won't know who they is. You may think it's Donald Duck by the time I'm done.
Okay.
Because I don't want you. I don't want you in that. That's when people want to throw their opinion or whatever, or
Yes.
or
Yes.
he looked at you sideways. No, no,
Why
and
he
don't
ain't smiling when you smiling? I'm like,
yeah.
look, man, look. Dang, you gotta control people's facial expressions too.
He didn't look like he was happy when you said that. What are you talking? And that's what I tell people. You don't know what behind our cameras, what we do, how it goes, or anything. And I have only been vlogging since November,
Uh
and
huh.
really and truly, this is just an exit. But people don't understand. It takes a lot to cut a camera on and put yourself
Oh,
out there. Especially, first of all, I'm a plus size woman,
me too,
and
girl.
sometimes people think you got to be the skinny little son. I'm happy with who I am. You know, Either you're gonna love me or you're gonna leave me. If you
Okay.
subscribe and leave me, I'm not gonna cry. I'm still gonna keep
Find some
pushing
more
forward.
subscribers. Okay.
You know, if you don't like my content, fine. It might not be for you, it may be for somebody else. Now one day if I come
Exactly.
on the live and I cut loose, y'all gonna be like, who is that? That's me.
Okay. Go sit down, please.
You know, I even tell my coworkers, you can love me, you can leave me, but to know me is a gift.
Exactly. And like I
Because
said, everybody is different.
everybody
Everybody.
ain't meant to be your friend.
Mm-mm. And you know what? I had to learn that. I had to learn that a lot in my life. I had to just like last couple months ago, I had to really just cut somebody that I thought was my friend off because they didn't respect the friendship and they didn't respect me. So I had to completely just
Oh
let their
yeah,
friendship go. Good, it felt
because
like a whole relationship ended.
you
Okay.
know what? The thing about it is that some people come in your life are gifts. I'm be
Yeah.
honest. Now I've been coming to your life. I've been coming to the McRae Kingz. I
Hmm.
have during this journey. I have met so many beautiful souls,
Hmm.
and I've met some souls that I just don't want to deal with.
Right.
Because this is my thing. Everybody got their channel. Everybody do what they want to do on their channel.
Hmm.
You can't make me do something I don't want to do.
Exactly.
You can't make
Somebody
me
told me that today.
what?
Don't let somebody try to tell you what you need to do. Do what
No,
you want to
because
do.
at the end of the day, when MJ and J family click on, that's you.
Hmm.
When you do what you do, you do what you. Everybody got their own. How I want to say their own niche.
Hmm.
And my whole thing, and I tell people, I said, I do vlogging as a way. I'm an introvert. It's hard to believe it. I'm an introvert.
Hold on, Gigi is live. Let me see what Gigi talking about. Hey
Oh,
Gigi,
Hey,
welcome.
Gigi.
hi, ladies.
How you doing, baby? What you got to say?
Oh, I kind of missed it because I was trying to log in, but yeah, but I saw you guys was starting to have fun, so I love the fun. I love bringing fun.
Say that again,
But
baby.
I guess we're talking about ourselves now.
Just say whatever's on your heart, baby.
Oh well, I don't know that. I don't know that dude. Yeah, he was a creepy dude. Anyway, I would never pretend like a 10 foot. I don't know. She must. She shook. She. I kept seeing the show when I was watching the show. She kept shaking her head, and she was avoiding him the whole time, like a lot, like
Who,
her own
Jennifer?
son.
Oh, Miss Robbie. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? When it comes to what were we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about.
Girl, we need to just been up here talking. But but say whatever, we'll just, say whatever's on your
My
heart to say.
memory is not good. Okay,
Girl,
so I'm like, I gotta
it's
rewatch that
okay.
show.
It's
We
okay.
all had a moments. I could be sitting up here knowing what I'm about to go and do and forget right. I'm like, when I go,
Okay,
whoop.
that's
It's
what I'm
okay.
like.
Exactly.
How do people remember
Exactly.
stuff? They be like,
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
they
Girl,
remember
just
what
say
I did
whatever you
yesterday.
thought
I'm
you were
like,
gonna say. Try to remember it. That's all I can say.
Just don't talk about Tim tips. I can't.
and then I'm like, these kids nowadays, I'm like, they doing too much. Cause I'm like, okay, I was clever back then, and they think they getting away with shit, and I'm like, no, excuse my language, but I'll be like,
Girl, you
no,
okay?
you're not. I'm like, you're not. I invented this.
Hold up, your grandmama and your great grandmama invented it. So I was
Okay,
born
Exactly.
yesterday, but not last night.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
They're
I got.
stupid with it. They don't even know how to finesse it. I'm like, oh, and they're
Yeah,
like, I
I
said, I
feel
know
on
exactly
that.
what you're about. Yeah, I said, I know exactly what you're about to do. And then they're like,
Uh-uh.
well, I said, let me tell you about yourself. And then they're like,
Mhm.
oh my goodness, you're psychic. I'm like, I'm no such thing. What it is you're
I
doing
done did
something
it. I done
dumb.
tried it.
You know what I used to do to mines when they was kids? I tell them every time you tell me a lie or a story, a blue dot gonna show up on your forehead. So my oldest one, she tried to cover her forehead up. I said, baby, I said, baby, it's coming through your hand. And she would be like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Now, this girl is 27 now, and she still remember telling her that. And I'm
Then
like, oh,
why you do the
no,
kids like
You
that?
know me, my
you did
my
not.
butt would have taken it this far where while she's sleeping, I would have put a blue dot on her forehead. I would have went and got a marker.
Jesus.
You'd be surprised. I'm still, look, and my two are 27 and 22, and I just be cracking up. I'm like, okay. And so one night, I remember my 22-year-old telling me, she said, Mama, but Brittany is just so mean. I said, Brittany ain't mean. Next thing I know, they thought I was sleeping. I heard the oldest one say something to the youngest one. I said, ooh, you mean? She came running out the room. I told you.
My
I
daughter,
told you.
my daughter is in the military now. She's 21 years old. Um, but she went out there and I remember when she was like what 13 years old, and she had a sleepover and she was telling her friends my mom was crazy. I heard her around the corner and I said, I'm crazy, huh? I came out there and scared everybody. They said your mama is crazy.
I think we all said our mamas was crazy when we was going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I said,
Yeah.
y'all, all of y'all ain't getting pizza tonight. Y'all eating vegetables. You agreeing with my daughter? You condoning this behavior? Nah. All of y'all are eating salad. And they were like, no. I said, yeah, y'all thought y'all was gonna get takeout.
There's a salad.
I said,
Enjoy.
give me all your phones right now.
But kids get together with other kids and then they
They
compare notes.
Yeah, they do.
they contemplate. They be making plans. I'd be like, woo.
Yeah, they just be trying to sneak and do some things. Yeah, they be
And
trying to
that's why
sneak
they
and
need to
do
go
some
to school.
things.
I'm like, nah. I'm glad my daughter is like now. She's like, at but no, she's still testing me because she's like, oh ma, what do you think about grandbabies? I'm like, are you playing with me right now?
Uh,
Because I know you're just gonna send them over to me.
mm-mm. You know what mine told me? I don't want no kids because I'm too selfish to have a car seat, and you gonna do more for the grandbaby than you will for me.
But my daughter likes to
Lord.
mess with me like that because she knows she's gonna get a kick out of me.
And I
It's
told him, I said the grandbaby gonna be spoiled. But that's what she told me. So I said, okay.
I
I
sent
said,
her diapers,
oh,
grown up diapers. I said, go ahead, be a big ass baby. You be
oh,
the baby.
oh.
Send her self
Well,
defense.
what branch did your daughter go in?
Hmm?
What branch of military did your daughter go
Oh,
in?
she's in the Air Force.
I was Navy.
Okay, my husband was in the he was in the Navy, and then
Yeah,
my
in the
father was
Navy.
in the Army.
Gigi, I hear your accent. What
Okay.
part of
She's
the
got an
country?
island.
Huh?
Oh, I'm from all over. My father is African. My mother is Caribbean. She's also,
She's got Caribbean.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm hearing that
a
Caribbean
Okay.
kick
little,
in.
a little
Can't fool
Italian.
with
Yeah, I
you.
speak different languages, and then I was raised down south for a little bit,
Uh-oh, Southern
Shout out to
Belle.
South, honey.
and now I'm in Cali.
All right.
Orig- Originally from New York,
Okay.
so I'm
We got
blended.
some New York people in the building.
Yeah.
Some New York people in the building.
So yeah.
But see, there's nothing wrong with having all that. That just means that you just got a lot of culture in you. That's all.
You know,
Caribbean
you
and
guys are
Africa.
you're not the first people to say that because a lot of people say I like the way you sound like you're singing whenever you speak, and I'm like that's because I'm flowing. I'm sorry. I'm a joker. I used to be with a comedian, and I like to have fun at home. I don't like to argue.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't do the
Gigi,
argument.
Gigi, I might need to bring you up to do. Look, you need to do some comedy segments if you like to laugh, honey, and do jokes. Who
Oh
would like to hear
yes.
some of your jokes? The little comedy session. I'll be reaching out to you. Look. I like to laugh. I'm one of the people I love to laugh.
We all
Laughing
do.
girl go around.
Everybody loves to laugh. I don't know who likes to sit there and be angry and in their funk. I'll be
You'll
like,
be
James
surprised who like to be
James
real
Evans.
like you.
James Evans.
I'm like, go change your pad real quick, cause you're sticking out the place.
Oh, you on your period.
Oh, I'm like, James Evans stayed mad. Did y'all not know that? I used to get tired of seeing. I was tired of James being mad.
You know when people be like, I'm like, are you? Why are you getting on my nerves for? What? Who got on your? Who crawled up your butt? And then they're like, well, this. I'm like, that's all you need is a hug, for real. Woo woo woo. Like
But you'd
Martin
be
used to say, woo
surprised.
woo woo.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised that that hug could mean so
A
much to
lot.
a person. And
Yeah.
that's why when I wear like my mask I have, y'all see my well my one of my vlogs, I try to get masks to make because kids. I think about kids. And if you got
Yes.
these scary masks on, you're gonna scare a kid. But if I get something that got anime on it, it's gonna make the kid go, ooh. That's one baby.
Yeah.
I was like, and her mom said she likes your mask, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah. I had y'all. I ain't like I said. I ain't got no little kids, but my youngest daughter, her brother came over here today because I telework from
Uh-huh.
home, and I had to go into the office for half a day. Lord, y'all, I don't want to talk about that. So when I came back,
Okay.
he had finished his assignment and everything, and I said, "You hungry?" He said, "No." So when my ex-husband came in to get him, he didn't want to leave. And
Really?
so I'm gonna tell y'all how smart kids is. Now he know that my youngest daughter is his sister. So I asked him,
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Do you know who I am or how I know your dad?" He said, "No, but you my sister's mother." He's 8.
Oh.
He
That's
has
so
but this what he said, but I think you may be my daddy's first wife.
what?
He said, he said, he said, and my mama is my daddy's second wife. But then he spilled the tea on his daddy and said, and so is my daddy's third wife. So,
Telling the whole business.
so
What?
y'all,
Hold
I
on,
said,
Nick.
huh?
He said
They
so
pay
and so is the third wife.
I said,
What?
I said the third wife. He said, yes, so the third wife. And I knew of her. I've heard the name because
You said I
gave,
knew.
Oh
she
my God, he
gave,
done dropped
she,
all his tea.
look,
You like
look,
now I know for sure.
she she gave a gift, a graduation gift to my youngest one. And this, y'all, I got to do a story time on it. This may be a live one day on this one because it's a good story time. But I remember the name. But then when he came to get him and he went back there with his sister, I said, "Oh, your tea is hot." He said, "What?" I said, "I said your son just dragged you under the bus and told your business." He said, "I know you my daddy first wife, and my mama is my daddy's second wife, but so and so is the third wife." I said, "So what's going on? Did y'all split?" He said, "We doing our own thing." I said,
Oh,
"But
my
you."
daughter was, yeah. Go ahead.
Wow.
My
Kids,
daughter was
let me
telling
tell
my
you something.
business.
Kids know the stuff, and
They
kids
do.
will tell it.
Cause
My
my
little
daughter,
one will tell it.
she went to my husband and she was like, mommy has a husband at work. And I'm like, stop it. And then she's like, even though she's like older, she's like still talking to her dad, right? Mommy got boyfriends at online. I'm like, stop telling my husband that I got boyfriends, because now he's trying to outcompete them. And my back is starting to hurt. Like, stop.
Lord. But yeah, so I had to sit here for a minute and take that hot tea and be like, okay. And then he ended up, y'all was so cute though, because he did his 2 little assignments and did his little test. And I kept sitting there looking at him and I looked at my daughter and I'm like, oh my God, y'all look like twins.
Uh-huh.
And so he went and got on the corner of the couch next to me, and I'm up here working. He said, "Well, you ain't done with your homework because you look like you got a whole lot of homework." I said, "Baby, this ain't homework. This work." And so next thing I knew, he had crawled up in the corner of the couch and had his laptop wrapped around. He had hugged it. I said, "Let me get his baby laptop and cover him up."
All he wanted was some tea.
He said, then he woke up and it was about 20 minutes for his dad came and he said, I said, your daddy on the way. He said, okay. But I asked him, and do you not know when he got in that truck and they was on the way to the third wife house, I guess, he said,
Did it? That just don't sound
The
right.
third one.
I'm wife number one,
Okay.
but I'm the ex-wife. His mama wife number two. And the one he's staying with, I guess, a white number. I don't know.
Child, he got too much going on.
But I'm up
He's
here.
trying to
I'm up
process
here.
this. He's counting.
He got it processed because he said, I got three. He said, Daddy got three daughters, and I'm the baby. I'm the only boy. Mommy got his mom got two other daughters. So
He's like,
he
I gotta
actually
love
got
all
six
these
He
women.
sisters.
is very,
He
very attentive
he
and
got
very, very outspoken.
he said, I got six sisters, and then it's me. I'm the baby. I said, yeah. He said,
He's like, I got
I
a good
met my
job.
oldest sister. He said, I met daddy's oldest daughter. He said, then your daughter is next. Then I have another sister. And then he said, but we all got different mamas. I fell out.
That little
Dang,
boy
he
right
putting two
there.
and two together. He like, man, and then he's all like, I got a big job. He got women to.
I mean, he
He
said,
like, I
man,
gotta feed these women when I get
my
old.
daddy was a Rolling Stone. My daddy a Rolling Stone. He the
Right?
man.
And I'm sitting up here like he just turned 8 in June. But y'all, he when his daddy came, he started acting up. And I said, you ain't wasn't acting up before. You was sitting on the couch, sleep, talking like he had sense. So
Cause
when he got in that truck, I get a phone call. He said, hey, he wanna know could he come back tomorrow.
What you tell him?
I said he can come back. He can sit here and work with me. He do his he do his classwork. I do my work. But he looked at all my files. He said, "But you got a lot of homework."
that's what we do.
That's why I said kids are sponges and they pick up. But
Mhm.
he figured out that I had been married to his daddy,
He's very smart. He's
and
very smart.
he calls
Yeah.
me. He'd be like TT, and I'm like, somebody need to tell this baby who the hell I really am, cause I ain't shit.
You ain't step mama.
I ain't stepmama either, cause that's wife number three. But
Oh, you
Oh, oh man.
you might as well be TT then. You might as well be TT. You know
he
how they play this your AT.
no, no, I ain't trying to be my own. What is it? That song? I'm my own grandpa. I ain't trying to be my own grandma.
Right?
Y'all
This
is
is
crazy.
it,
Y'all is crazy.
really it's the story time behind this little boy. I could not be mad at him for what
You
the
can't.
situation was because he's a kid.
No, he don't
And
understand.
he's smart.
Actually
He got it
grown to
figured out.
love him. I actually love him to
He
death.
wanted answers.
And my whole thing is this: he's a blessing to my ex-husband because my ex-husband got all girls and one boy. And
Uh-huh.
Yep.
so I told him when I had we had the one, I don't want no more.
Oh,
Because I already
girl, that's the same I said. I
oh,
said
because I had
no.
I
already
couldn't
had
say that. I would be telling a lie. Go
I
ahead.
got my two, and everybody kept saying, "Have your three?" I said it might be a boy, and I was like, "No, I don't want. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm
I
good."
I have just the one physically, but I have a stepson, and my stepson is 29, and Man, he was showing me his girlfriend. Oh my god, pretty girl, sitting there pole dancing. Well, she had her clothes on, but she was doing the pole dancing thing, and then he's showing me videos of her swimming. I'm like, you in love, ain't you? I'm like, you why you showing me when she he's so like, I am going to marry this girl. I'm like, kid, what are you doing right now? He says, we're traveling and you know, we living it up. I'm like, you living your best life? I went on to their lingo. What you living your best life?
Yeah.
I said, you got swag like that? He says, I got swag. I like,
Well, you must have some swag. She was dancing on the.
she was doing something for him. She's a gymnast, actually. So,
Oh, she was. So she flexed. Let me stop.
yeah, he like, I'm going to marry this
Go
girl.
ahead.
He installed it and everything
Go
for
ahead.
her.
Go.
The
You don't
man
need no chocolate.
installed
You just
the,
had
the
Oreos.
man
No.
installed it, put a mirror up and everything. I'm like, damn, dude, you really did that. I was looking at the video. I was like, why you got mirrors up and stuff? And then he's like, I can't wait till you meet her. I'm like, I don't know. I'm scared. She's
Well,
scaring me.
she probably is a sweetheart.
She
Yes.
is. I
She
spoke to
probably
her.
is a sweetheart.
She's a really great
No.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's got great judgment. So he's all like, man, that's gonna be my wife. I'm like, damn.
He
Okay.
gonna profess it, honey.
He already told me. I'm like, okay. Does she know that? Man, when they ready to tell you, like, I think I know, and he like, I'm like, you little player.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this, MJ. When you look at your son, do you be like do you imagine when he's a grown?
I feel sorry for that woman. She gonna have a lot to deal with, child. My little girl,
Uh,
my son, like she gonna have to really like.
He said you wrong.
Look, he's sitting there right now, but he's spoiled, so his woman really gonna have to like cater to him a little bit.
That's
oh,
okay though.
but
He really,
tell him he gonna have to cater to her too sometime, or every now and
Yeah.
then, or go in the kitchen and help her cook.
but
It don't.
he's sweet as pie, child.
Well, he is a. This one is a cutie.
This my little boy. The other one you seen was my little girl. Now, child,
Oh, that's Miss Thing right there.
that's drunk. That is drunk. And like, um, she she just gonna be another version of me.
But you know she run
Me
him.
times 10. That's all
Mhm.
what it's gonna be. And I
And
feel sorry for that man too.
but
Cause
you know
my
she
mom, she always say, like my mom be like, yeah, girl, when you get older, I feel sorry for that man. Now I'm saying that about my own daughter. That's don't
But
talk
that's a good thing though. That's a good trait for her to have, because what's gonna happen is she's gonna be telling that man what she gonna tolerate and what she ain't gonna tolerate.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, she's gonna be disciplined.
Yes.
That's
And
good.
yes, I don't like I said my bad, I don't never want them to go through things that I allowed in my past. So I'm just me. I try to strive. I guess I'm so hard on myself. I try to strive to be that good example, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
hard on myself about it. And so I guess that's
That
why it's
just makes
so.
you better.
Huh?
Yeah. That just makes you even stronger and better.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's why I want my little girl to be strong. I want her to be independent. I want her to, I want my son to be into like be a man. Not don't look for those handouts. Don't try to play victim. Don't try to be a manipulator. You see how mama was treated? I want you to
Hmm.
treat a woman that comes to your life the same way.
Hmm.
And don't let any other man tell you how to be a man. You're a
Yeah.
man all by your
If
damn
you a
self.
man, be a man. You ain't got like
Yeah,
thank
listen to
you,
other
thank you.
men telling you.
Yeah, like, man, why you loving on that woman like that, man? Why you doing all that for that
Because
woman? And I'm
But you
like,
know
ain't
what?
nothing wrong with that. To me,
But you
I'd
know
rather
what?
have a man like that.
But I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't
what
want
that
no thug.
is. That man is telling him not to do that because that man wish he had what he had.
yeah,
You have
Uh-huh.
to be careful with
that's
that
all I can see. Yeah, that's all I can see. They covered
because
it.
because if that man sees that that woman is cooking, cleaning, making sure you straight, making sure when when you walk out the house, or whatever, or y'all doing things together, men sit back and want what another man has, and he will tell
Yes.
him, oh, she ain't, nah, you don't need to be doing. He'll put some negativity in there because he wants that.
Hmm.
Right. And then he come out to be, and then you realize, child, I should have stayed where I was at. Don't sit up here and
Mm-hmm.
lost my good man for this thing.
Mm-hmm. Because even women got a habit of doing it too. Now, there's one thing that I refuse to ever discuss with another woman. Some women do this, but I will not tell you what my boo or baby does in the bed. That's none of your
No,
business.
No,
no,
never do that.
no.
No, because
It's
then
And
a
you
limit.
want it for real.
some because when you start telling them what he can do, they be wanting what you got.
Ooh, they
Yeah,
want it bad.
yeah,
They
that's
gonna
true.
let it.
That's
Yes,
true.
and it's like, no, he's not gonna do the same thing with you. I
Say
promise you.
that again, Gigi.
He's not gonna do the same thing with you. He's just gonna give you pity party. Okay, he's not gonna give you the best one.
But what
Yeah,
they, but I'm gonna be honest, a lot of women don't
He's just gonna
understand.
give you
You
a
may,
pity.
yeah, they'll
Yeah.
see what you have, but they don't know that you put the time in to get that relationship like that.
But they
And
right,
don't know,
they
like a
assume
man.
that he's gonna treat them like he treated you.
Oh
right.
no, he's
But
And
never
see,
he
gonna
some
do
women,
that.
so some women like some women. I'm gonna be honest, and I ain't trying down. Some women, they they want to like me. Like some women, they just looking at what the man can do. That
mm,
means the
Yeah,
money
that's
he can
true.
give them.
Oh
mm-hmm.
my gosh, that's so true.
And I'm not down on us women because yes, you want a man that can provide,
Of
but don't.
course.
But you should value a man more than his money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about Tim Norman. We done got all.
Okay. We started talking about men.
We don't turn. We don't turn this whole conversation around. I'm about to change my title. No, I ain't.
We went into
We
adult
had
men.
Tim in there. I just couldn't.
Adult men.
Me personally, Tim got too much. Many too his hip. He got more hips than me.
Yeah,
I
his
I
hips
couldn't
don't
do
lie.
it. He got them
Just don't
Shakira
lie.
shake 'em. He got them handles. I
Mhm.
mean he got some. I'm gonna be good, but y'all.
Yeah, but like I was saying though, we have to add. We have it's a yes. You want a man that respects you, loves you, and honors you, and you want that man that's gonna be a provider for you, and you
And
want
you
a man
sure
that's
don't
gonna.
want him taking life insurances out on your butt.
Hey, there was a couple that was they had got married. They were cops,
Yeah.
and the one cop, the male cop, took out he took out $1 million policy on his wife. They had only been married for 2 months.
What?
This was a couple of years
He
ago.
said she gonna pay
He he
already.
he set her up to be killed,
Jesus.
I'm
and I
like, you
said,
let
you
him
know
go
what?
kill for money like that. Like, oh,
Honey, let me tell you something. Money made people do some strange things.
Some strange
it ain't
things for some
worth
change.
it. It really
But this
ain't
is the whole
They
worth
thing.
it.
did.
Karma will come back like 3 times fold. I mean,
When you get
seriously.
Yeah, and when you get the money, you're not gonna have it for long.
No,
And no, because they don't
no.
even know how to get the money to deal with the money. They couldn't
You're
get the
right.
money on their own. They didn't even work hard for the money.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all remember this guy a couple of years ago? He won a real big lottery. It was a older white guy.
Mm,
They said that people knew that he rolled around in his truck with at
hmm.
least 180,000 cash on him.
What?
Dang, dude.
He won, I think, a hundred and
Was he
something
in
million.
Florida?
I think so. But you know the sad story to that? That man ended up with so many lawsuits against him. And then
Why?
his granddaughter ended up dying because he gave her money. His granddaughter and her boyfriend ended up dying from drug overdose.
Mm.
Oh.
That showed how that man was so miserable right now. Currently, this was about a year ago when I think they did an update. They said he was so miserable. He said he wished he had never won that money.
Yep, because quick cash is nothing to be
Yeah,
played with.
that's why a lot of people like win the lotto. They
They
don't have
always
that
end up
money
broke.
long.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna tell
always
you, if I
lose.
win the lotto tomorrow, I'm gonna go find me a accountant and
Invest in something.
we gonna be like, this is what I want to
And
invest in. Simply
donate.
orange juice. Thank you very much.
And
I got my
donate to
list,
yeah.
and
Stop.
I'm going to make. I'm going to let that money collect interest.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go
Mm-hmm.
buy me a multi-million-dollar house. I might go get this little one around the corner for 300 and something and be happy.
Exactly.
I'm
Because you
still
know
gonna
what?
drive my little Civic. I'm still gonna go to Wally World. I'm
Wally
still
World.
a regular person. Because when you go out there and start flashing and everything, I will buy my dream car, but I wouldn't drive it all the time. Meaning I'm gonna be that regular person that I was. Cause you're not gonna know I got
Exactly.
the
Stay
money.
humble.
But
Yeah.
y'all know, I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of people that have money for real money.
Don't flash it.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
don't flash it like that.
Yeah.
I knew
They
this
look
one guy.
regular.
He drove a raggedy Toyota Corolla, and he had not a couple of million, but he had millions in the bank. And finally, when he was retiring, and when he retired, he went and got his dream car. His houses was paid off. And I sat up here and said, so every day you wore the same damn clothes. You was a millionaire.
Girl, I saw a millionaire who sat there and because I used to work around millionaire. Well, and then I'm doing. I do pretty well for myself, but I don't flash like you said. You don't flash that. But I ran into a store and dude was a millionaire was buying lottery tickets, like you were saying,
Hmm.
and he handed it to me because I was like, "Oh, you buying lottery tickets?" I knew he was a millionaire because his hair, he smelled like money. His hair was nicely trimmed, and he had Ray Bans on, like trying to look like he's broke. He ain't broke. I can tell his nails is manicured. I'm like, and then so he handed
He
me
said
the
he ain't broke.
tickets. Yeah, no, he ain't broke. He handed me the tickets, so I get into my Jeep, and he's all like, "Oh, that's you." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And he's all, "Oh, you rolling like that? You doing that?" I'm like, "Shoot, I see you got your little Nissan. So what we talking about? We
Mm.
both on the same level.
And
People
folks
don't
don't
know about
really.
levels.
And that's why I tell people,
Game recognized game.
invest your money into real estate, into property. Invest your money in something that's gonna give you a return. Don't go
Right.
out there and invest in a bunch of jewelry that as soon as you take it out the jewelry store,
Oh
it's
man, I don't even
depreciated.
do all that.
Don't
And
put a
if
bunch of money in your mouth or in your grill. Take
oh
that
my
money and
goodness.
invest it. And I even some of the big time YouTubers that I watch on here every time. Okay, that's
And
my
if
two in the background. You know, they laughing at something, but you got to invest in something that so when everything's said and done, okay, yeah,
right.
I bought a house.
I've
Okay.
got wild stocks. I've got like horses. People be like, and so when I show a little bit of myself, and I'm like, okay, there goes my dogs, there goes my horses, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's what I invest my money in, keeping them alive, cause they're gonna save my life.
Hmm.
I
So
can
that's
ride my
why.
horse. If my car breaks down, I can hop on a horse. If my dogs feel like there's danger, they're gonna bite. You know.
Hmm.
I don't play
Did,
games.
did we lose MJ?
I think we did. She went bye bye. Like,
Did we lose Miss MJ?
yes. I don't know if she's gonna come back up, but I think she had to probably get the kids, regulated.
Hmm.
Sometimes you gotta just go. It's time for bed.
Oh, I know. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning because I had to go in that building. And
Man, geniuses don't sleep, and
and
then when we,
I'm sitting up here
oh,
like, okay, am I sleepy? No, I ain't sleepy, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to bed.
bed, you need the rest, yeah.
Now, cause I'll be up here. I'll be up here tomorrow typing something on a case and be asleep. You know how you know your body is tired, it shuts down, and you just be
Yeah,
doing something.
look, I be in meetings and I be like nodding off, and people be like giving me the elbow, like wake up. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
what would I miss? They're like, you didn't miss nothing. They talking about the same regular stuff, but girl, you was kind of
So
snoring.
I'm, but I bet you Tim sitting up here talking about they got me. But the sad thing about it, like I was telling MJ, is
Mhm.
at the end of the day, Miss Robbie don't have her oldest son. She don't have her oldest grandbaby, and now she don't have her only son that's alive. You know,
Yeah,
and it's like opening up a whole new wound.
that
That
is. You keep
not
letting me
only
know.
one wound, but you got a fresh cut.
Yeah,
So my prayers go out to them, to their whole
I do
family and
too.
everything, because
Yes,
that's just sad.
because
And
I
my
didn't.
whole
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, and I was like, "What happened?" I just heard it just now. Like, what? Because
oh
I was
girl, the
hearing
whole
a
world
little
in
bit
shock.
like he arrested.
Everybody's
He
shocked.
arrested. Huh?
Everybody mouth done hit the floor a couple of times and popped back up. I'm
Yeah.
serious because when I went into my job, nobody knew what was going on. And then I was talking to one of my coworkers, and her mouth literally hit the floor, and she was like,
Yeah,
"Are
because
you serious?"
I heard he was arrested. I'm like, he arrested for what? What is he arrested for? But I'm busy, so I'm doing my own thing, and I'm listening to the other news that's going on, and it's hot over here in Cali. But I'm going like, wait a minute. So when I seen MJ got on, I was like, oh, live. I'm gonna see
Mm-hmm.
her live, right? Because barely, they tell us when we go live, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, what? What
But
happened?
yeah, but like we were saying earlier, there's gonna be some more people probably involved with it. But those two are going to probably, if once everything's said and done, allegedly, are going
Yeah.
to probably end up because they were the brains behind it. The brains
I'm
always
back,
get
y'all. I don't
all
know what the hell happened, but
right.
I'm back.
We were wondering. We were
We
like,
held
where
it
did
down
he
for you. We held it
go?
down for you.
Thank y'all.
We held it down. But
I'm
I
on
was
my
telling,
computer.
Yeah, we did.
I was on my regular computer, and it is the best stuff on me.
oh,
Jesus.
They didn't want us talking about nothing.
Oh,
You know how
it's
it
done,
goes. They be shutting us
done messed
down.
me
I'd
up.
be like, really, y'all?
So what you was saying, Nene? I'm sorry.
Oh
I was
no,
catching
no,
her
no!
up.
That I just figured out what was happening by turning you on, and all of a sudden you were live, and I was all like, I finally caught you live because I was telling Justine that sometimes they don't tell us when we're live, or they don't tell us when somebody posts. You know, they be putting that. You know, they be hating on us. So I'm like, so I'm sitting there like, oh, she's live. Okay, cool. Let me catch it. And then I'm like, what happened? Because I kept hearing around like he got arrested. I'm like, arrested for what? What did he went to jail for? And then
Hmm.
you clued me in because I was all like, wow, that's depressing.
That's more than depressing. That's really sad.
It really
Like I tell my
is.
kids, y'all. Well, I tell my oldest one because I told the youngest one, I said, y'all gotta watch that oldest one right there. She might push me down the stairs or try and put me in a nursing home,
Oh,
and you ain't gonna let that happen.
Child, you like that.
oh my
It's a
goodness.
joke. It's really seriously a joke, y'all. Cause she would. If I hurt my toe, my oldest one come running in here like,
If I hurt my toe, my